Hey guys, what's up? I'm live. I haven't gone live in a while, and I'm not going to be able to go live a lot over the summer just because I'm full mom mode right now with kiddos and swimming and baseball and all that. Hey, Brock, what's up? Get in here. Get in here. So I'm just my lives are going to be really sporadic. I'm actually going on. I'm going to go off the grid. Going off the grid for a little while in July. So just shutting it all down. I might post a couple things on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, but just you need a break sometimes. Sometimes you just need a break from it all the noise. So I just want to really quick. Hey, Catherine. Oh, Catherine, my sister. Hello. You're watching. Hey. On YouTube. What's up? We just chatted yesterday, or was it this morning? I don't know. No, yesterday. Gosh, I'm losing track of time. So I'm not gonna what I'm saying is I'm not gonna be going live a lot over the summer. I'm gonna be doing satirical stuff when it hits me, and I think some more stuff is gonna break as we start to watch this Arizona audit come to fruition. So I might have to jump on and just do some commentary on that. Hey, Mike, YouTube. Peggy, what's up on Facebook? Hello. Okay, guys. So there's a few things going on. A shout out to Kristen Sinema. I never thought I would say that, but senator from Arizona, she's holding strong on not getting rid of the filibuster. The Democrats are trying to seriously push this voting rights legislation that literally it takes away all process of the states managing their own elections. Like our Constitution gives the legislation process to the states, and the Democrats want the federal government to basically take over our elections. So, I mean, it's like they're basically airing that they want to cheat. They want to be able to ballot harvest. They want to be able to have like 2 weeks of elections take place, spread it out. The list of stuff that they're jamming into this legislation is just it provides for vast opportunity for cheating to take place, and they're really pushing it. And the only way that thing could pass is if they get rid of the filibuster. And the filibuster is basically you need 60 votes to pass legislation through, and the Democrats just want a simple majority. They want 50 votes and just to jam as much leftist junk down our throats as possible. And so Manchin, I believe he's holding strong, and Kirsten Sinema. So thank God for that, really. Basically, you would need 41 senators can hold up bills. They can hold up the end of a debate and proceeding to a vote. And then they want to try to, Senate rules says that, you have to have 3/5 of the Senate to pass stuff through, and they just want simple majority. So as long as we have this filibuster in place, we can hold off a lot of this crazy radical stuff that they want to push through. So, she wrote a great op-ed in the Washington Post explaining why we need the filibuster, only because there has to be a balance, right? If one party gets in and they dominate and they remove the filibuster and it's a simple majority, then they just jam pack all of their agendas, shoving it down our throats. And then usually, the pendulum swings. So then the new, we're looking at 2022 having, possibly taking back the House and the Senate. And then it would just be a back and forth, back and forth. This provides balance. And if you want balance, and if you don't want crazy radical agendas being pushed through, you definitely support keeping the filibuster. So shout out to Kristen Sinema. Also, didn't even this. A lot of people don't even know, but New York is having a mayor election right now for mayor. So Bill de Blasio is going bye-bye. Thank God. And it's kind of interesting to follow this thing. I mean, we'll kind of see. There's a ton of people in this race. There's 13 Democrats, 2 Republicans. Basically, I mean, a Democrat will win this. This is New York City we're talking about. But even some of the Democrats in this race are more I wouldn't say conservative, but they're pro-police. Like one of the guys in there, his name is Eric Adams. He's a 22-year-old guy that's a police captain that served, and he's pro-police. Like he's all for law and order, cleaning up New York. And then there's, crazy radical leftists like this Maya Willie who believes that social workers should defend New York City. So it'll be interesting to see which, there goes my light. It'll be interesting to see which way this goes tonight, and pay attention to it because, we'll kind of get a vibe for what New York City is feeling. If they kind of lean more law and order, if they just go completely, hey, let's defund the police even more and have the social workers take over. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So keep posting on that. Also, found this fascinating. If you've been following me on Telegram, like I'm speaking what I really feel and think. I'm not doing it on these mainstream platforms like YouTube, Facebook, even Twitter. I'm really kind of sharing what I really think about the COVID vaccine, about what really is taking place in our world on my Telegram account. So come follow me there. I can talk more there, but this is interesting and we can say it openly. The World Health Organization is now saying that it's not really necessary, or there needs to be more research on children under 18 taking this experimental vaccine. And, I've been saying that because it's not FDA approved. That's a fact. And it's really of no threat to children whatsoever. And I watched an incredible video. I posted on my Telegram. I really highly encourage you guys to listen to the doctors, the virologists, the immunologists that are getting kicked off YouTube, because they're speaking the truth. They're speaking against the globalist narrative of what they're trying to push, what all this is really about. And that the creator of the messenger RNA vaccine, the guy that came up with the technology, is now speaking out on it. I posted a video on that on my Telegram account. Fascinating what this guy says. Absolutely fascinating. And it's fascinating to find out where the vaccine resides once it's shot into your arm, especially for women. It's really, really important to find out after 48 hours where this thing goes in your body. And that's all I'm really going to say. I can't talk further about it because of censorship, but I highly encourage you guys to really do your own research, man. And just I don't know. It's amazing to me how many people just believe what they're told. And now we've got the World Health Organization. I mean, how many parents out there rushed out and got their kid this vaccine? And now the World Health Organization is saying, let's just hold up on that. Like, if you were a parent, and I would be like, what? And it's vital as a parent, speaking as a parent, to protect your children and to make sure that they are safe and to weigh the benefits and risk options. And you got to do that. You got to do that because this thing has long-term impacts. Every choice you make has consequences. Every single decision you make as a parent has consequences. And if you're rushing out and you're basing whatever decision you make on fear, it's not the right decision. Never, ever, ever should you make a decision based out of fear. It should only be based out of facts. It should be based out of the real science. It should be based out of time and process and debate. And we're seeing people make irrational rush decisions because they're walking in fear. And often when you make any decision based on fear, you regret it in the long run. In the long run, you're like, dear God, what have I done? Never, ever, ever operate in fear. And that's where faith comes into play. You guys know that my faith is the most important thing to me. My love for Jesus, my Christian walk, and perfect love casts out all fear, right? So when you're walking hand in hand with Jesus, when you're spending time in his word and really praying about decisions you have to make, you're not operating in fear at that point, right? Fear is gone. You have the perfect peace. And when you can make decisions based on peace, then 99.9% of the time, that's the right decision to make. If you're making it out of fear, you will regret it. So we'll watch this thing unfold. Also, I love following this guy, a National Pulse. They're just on top of stuff. So if you're not following them, I highly recommend it. They're just grilling this Peter Daszak guy who worked hand in hand with Fauci. Fauci was giving him money through the National Institute of Health, and Peter Daszak was taking this money and he was using it basically under a charitable organization called the Eco Health Alliance. And they were funding coronavirus gain of function research involving bats. Okay. So more and more stuff starting to unfold. This broke yesterday mainstream that this guy was kicked off of the UN investigation on how this whole thing started. Okay. So I'm allowed to say that Facebook. I'm allowed to say that YouTube because the UN kicked him off of the commission to research how this whole thing started. The more you find out about this Peter Daszak guy, he sent a letter out to the, basically, I'll just read it to you. The now disgraced COVID origin investigator, Peter Daszak. So this guy's like, I'll find out where Gal came from. Like, I got this. When he's like secretly knows where it came from, knows how this whole thing started. And he's like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out. Any kind of leak that's just a conspiracy theory. So remember, like a year ago when we were saying where this whole thing started and it wasn't a leak, turns out that our conspiracy theories are true. And more people are finding out that, hey, this whole thing was created in a laboratory, right? There was no like eating of bats and bat soup, and it was in a lab, right? So now it's becoming much more mainstream to talk about what we've been talking about for the last year. But this guy that was going to research, starting a commission where it came from, he's been kicked off of basically finding the origins of it. He's been kicked off of like the investigation, the commission basically of finding. He's been recused. He's been recused from the COVID-19 Origin Commission convened by the Lancet Medical Journal. So that's a big deal. This is a guy that's directly tied to Fauci, and he's now being kicked off of further investigating, where this thing came from. So watch this unfold. If you know my thoughts, if you're following me on Telegram, I could tell you how this all goes down, but I can't do it here. So my real thoughts, what I'm really thinking, the bigger agenda behind this, right? There's always something bigger at hand, especially, and remember this, anything that happens in an election year is not just happenstance, right? It's not just, it's coincidence. It's just, that's just crazy. We had a worldwide pandemic in 2020. And it started in communist China, right? And it leaked out of a laboratory that was funded that was created by the French and the Communist Party, right? And the French were no longer involved. They were then removed, right? So then the Communist Party is running this laboratory, right? And then we've got the National Health Institute giving money to World Eco Alliance, and World Eco Alliance is giving money to the laboratory, okay? So let's just break that down. This is all out there. This is not conspiracy theory. So this then creates a worldwide pandemic, right? Worldwide pandemic. But what's crazy is China decided to shut down their flights internally and kept international flights open. Okay. So that's also a fact. So if you start to connect the dots, and I pray to God you can, and nothing that happens in an election year is just happenstance, maybe you can kind of follow where and how what's going on here. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I'm just asking you to think, use your brain. And it's funny because I remember it was back in April of 2020. I'm like, I tweeted out some stuff. I'm going to find out my old tweets and retweet them because, I was saying stuff that at the time that was crazy. And now it's everyone's we totally knew that. And I'm like, did you? Because, I was demonetized by Facebook. They completely shut me down took away my ability to monetize, have sponsors, run ads, because I was saying stuff that I'm saying now, but now I can say it because it's gone mainstream. But back when I was saying it, it wasn't. So, anyways, okay, another thing that I want to mention, because it just bothers me, guys. And I don't know if it's because I've been doing this for a long time, so I get maybe a little bit more jaded. But there are so many conservatives that are in the ring, that are in it for a career. And it bothers me only because we've watched our country literally. I mean, we're not in a good place right now, right? We've got, racist indoctrination taking place in schools. We've got complete government overreach. We've got career politicians. We've got the shutdown of our religious liberties. We've got the elimination of free speech. And a lot of this has happened while conservatives are lining their pockets, while conservatives are, showing up on different news outlets and organizations, and they're not really fighting because they're not in it for the fight. They're not in it for the love of this country. They're in it because it's a paycheck to them. And I'm saying this because yesterday it went viral. Meghan McCain, she spoke out and saying that she was pro-life on The View, right? So she says, I'm pro-life, abortion is murder. And to every conservative out there, including myself, you're like, yes, that's all true. Abortion is murder. We shouldn't kill babies. Science says that a baby in the womb is a life. We shouldn't be taking life. Totally agree with you, right? But she's saying this now, okay? She voted for Joe Biden. Joe Biden is for abortion. He's all for Planned Parenthood. He's all for taxpayers footing the bill to give money to Planned Parenthood. Oh, but it's not going to abortion. It is going to abortion. And she voted for him because she didn't like Donald Trump, right? And this just rubs me so wrong, because you're not pro-life if you're voting for candidates that support abortion. Period. End of story. So yeah, you can be cheering you on, and it's so amazing that you're saying this stuff, but I'm sorry. Your actions speak louder than your words. You can say you're pro-life. You can say that you're, abortion is murder. You can say all of the right talking points that conservatives get praised for, but at the end of the day, if you are voting for candidates that support abortion, you are not pro-life. And I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with the fakeness. I'm done with these career conservatives that have these platforms that say all the right stuff when they're supposed to, but at the end of the day, they're not following through and walking in integrity, because integrity is doing the right thing when no one's looking. If you are in your voting booth and you are voting for candidates that support abortion, and then in the front, when TV cameras are on you and when social media is looking at you, you are saying you're not for abortion, but you are voting for candidates that do support abortion, you are for abortion. Period. Sorry, and that is the truth, because we vote for candidates on the policies that they will be either implementing or not implementing. Okay, Democrats support abortion. If you are voting for Democrats, you are voting for abortion. So I get it. Trump offended you. He was crass. He did mean tweets. He insulted your father. Whatever. Now that took precedent over her belief that life is sacred. That took precedent over the belief that life in the womb should be protected. And she voted for a guy that is not pro-life. In fact, Joe Biden is all in the bag for Planned Parenthood. And she voted against a guy that is the most pro-life president we have ever had in the history of our country. And I just want to go through some of the stuff that Trump did for the pro-life movement. he put forth Supreme Court justices that were pro-life. He was the first sitting president to speak at the March for Life. He reinstated the Mexico City policy, which keeps American abortion, American taxpaying funding of abortions overseas out. Cut that funding. He defunded Planned Parenthood through Title X. He cut off taxpayer funding of scientific research on aborted baby parts. He defended religious freedom. The Sisters of the Poor, remember that they were being forced to do stuff that went against their religious beliefs on abortion and the pill and all of that stuff. He defended that. He defended them. He signed a declaration to protect unborn babies. He defended the UN Population Fund, which is linked to forced abortions and coerced abortions. He signed an executive order to protect newborns from infanticide. He placed sanctions on the Communist Chinese Party, the Chinese Communist Party that currently right now is forcing women to have abortions. The Muslim minorities over there, the Uyghurs over there, they are forcing those women to have an abortion. They're forcing sterilization, and he placed sanctions on China. He made it easier for states to define Planned Parenthood. So I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of these, these people, when it works to their benefit, they say they're for something, but at the end of the day, your vote is your voice. It's your voice. And if you can't stand up and support, swallow your pride, swallow whatever insults that have come your way and not walk an offense, because it's because of offense that Meghan did not vote for Donald Trump. She was offended. And so she voted for a candidate that's pro-abortion. And then she's turned around and now saying that she's for life. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I'm not going to praise somebody that does that. I'm not going to support somebody that does that. And we need to be calling people out that are these career conservatives that are literally, they're just as much swamp dwellers as the Democrats, really. So, that's what I have to say about that. I'm tired of everybody. Oh, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. Just look at her. Stop it. Stop it. You're voting for Democrats. You're voting for abortion. It's the truth. So, which was fascinating. I woke up to this morning. John Podesta. I don't know if you guys remember the whole Podesta emails. Man, were those dark? Spirit Cooking Podesta, the guy that likes to go to spirit cooking dinners. He now is on CNN saying that he wants the Biden administration to release classified UFO files. Let me see if I can find this guy, what he says here. Hold on. Which I thought it's interesting. Here you go. Watch this.
I know that there is information that has been collected by the U.S. government that has not been released to the public. And let the scientists debate what these phenomena are. We've now seen, as a result of reporting by the New York Times and others, the video evidence of these unidentified aerial phenomena. Let's put it out there. Let people debate it.
Okay. So now Podesta is asking the Biden administration to put out whatever information they have on UFOs. I find this timing fascinating. I really do. And I find it fascinating anytime they start talking about like, hey, this audit in Arizona is getting a little sketchy. They're starting to get to the bottom of what really happened on January 6th. The origins of COVID. People are starting to pick up on how this thing went down. Let's release the alien footage. Let's release the alien footage and just, see what happens. It's a total distraction. Okay, that's my take. It's a total and complete distraction. So be ready. That's what I'm telling you guys. Be ready. Be ready, because they are going to start throwing a lot of distraction out there for all of us. I mean, I don't know what they have up their sleeve, but as we get closer and closer to this audit that's taking place in Arizona, as now Pennsylvania is starting to talk about doing an audit as well. We've got stuff happening in Fulton County. Even people in Michigan, all these affidavits that are coming forward. Footage from January 6th. Again, I can say what I really think happened on January 6th on Telegram. The origins of COVID. as this stuff starts to come to the light, we're going to start to see more and more, hey, look at the shining object. Just, hey, guys, check this out. So just be aware of it. Don't be fooled. Don't fall for it. It's a hook to get you distracted. Stay alert. And I was actually amused. Like when I saw Podesta, I was like, okay. So you're scared. So you're getting a little nervous because you're actually queuing up the alien footage that you want to show us here. Okay. So that should alert everybody to that, to a bigger thing happening right now than what they want you to see. Right? These people are not stupid. Okay. They were able to fool millions and millions of Americans over the last year and a half. So don't be fooled. Don't fall into the trap. Just be prepared. Be prepared because they're going to start to throw out, I believe, a lot of like, oh my gosh, did you see that? What life on Mars could happen soon. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. At any point, we're going to see a lot of stuff. Just be ready for it. That's what I got to say. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to cover today. I've already gone 25 minutes. I don't know how that happens. Like, I feel like I just got on here and I'm already 26 minutes in. Let's read some of your comments here. Yes, they're trying to distract us. Jingle, jingle. Yeah. I mean, that was funny. Let's be honest. Arizona here. We are red state. I believe it. Let's see here. Schumer. All of a sudden, is UFO. Yeah. Schumer. Gosh, I saw his press conference today talking about how we're trying to suppress the vote by not pushing forth this legislation. Didn't Biden get 81 million votes? This last election, wasn't it like a record? How are we suppressing votes if more Americans voted in this last election than ever before? If Biden got more votes than any president in the history of the United States of America, how are we suppressing the vote? And yet that's the talking point from the Democrats. Like, let's see here. Yeah, and follow that mayor election. That'll be interesting. I'm curious what happens in New York. I really am. Let's see which way they go. Let's see here. All right, you guys. Everybody having a good summer? It's going well. Yeah. Like I said at the top of this thing, I'm going to be off the grid for a little while, literally off the grid. I might post on Instagram, just for fun, not commentary or anything like that, unless something major breaks. If that happens, then I might go live, but just going to check out. I think it's a healthy thing to do. I think everybody should do it. I think we should all have times where we completely check out, clear your head, spend time with family, be creative, join up with nature, go plant something. I love flowers. I do flowers and landscaping. I did a big project this weekend with my husband. Just, it's good to check out. It's good, especially when we're on an off year for election stuff. It's good. So yeah, guys, stay tuned with what the next thing the World Health Organization might say. Hey, pump the brakes on that. Because a month ago, it was everybody and their mom should get the jab. It was literally everybody and their mom. Now it's like, everybody and your mom, but not if you're under 18. And I look forward to finding out everybody, but if you're not, and everyone should except for is going to grow. I'm calling it right now. The except for is going to grow. So stay tuned. Yeah, somebody mentioned my satire. That's what I love. Honestly, I love playing characters. I would do that if Hollywood and the left wasn't so neglecting of conservatives. Then I'd probably be doing that more often. I do it on my own, but I'd probably make a living at some point. I could have made a living, but I'm too out there now with my beliefs. So it's me solo. So if you want to support, feel free. Let's see here. What else is going on? I'm just listening. I was thinking about getting a free beer for destroying my immune system. And good, Tosh. I like that you decided against that one. I was considering getting a free beer and then destroying my immune system, but then decided against it. I like that. It's funny. Yeah. It's funny some of the stuff offered. Free weed. was last week or 2 weeks ago. I think it was Washington State was offering joints. Little free hookup if ya. It's gotten weird. It's gotten weird. Let's be honest. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign out of here. God bless you all. Hope you're having a wonderful summer. Share this video if you like. You don't have to. I don't know. Okay. Keep an eye on New York. Keep an eye on Arizona. More truth is going to come out about January 6th. And keep praying. At the end of the day, the truth is going to come out. You cannot shut the truth down. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. So, and I think that's why they're getting nervous. That's why they're queuing up the alien footage. So, all right, you guys, have a good one. We'll talk later. God bless.